I liked how there was the urban legend thing in this because it's obviously about psychics and everything. So I was wondering if they would ever add urban legends within Mob Psycho 100 because we never ever saw that in season one. So it's a good thing to see it in season two, and that up to on episode two, which is quite early. But other than that, I would say this was a pretty much the Mob Psycho type of episode with its stuff going on, and also we get some kind of character development for Dimple, and also a new character is introduced. So there are two things that we get, because it kind of shows like Dimple is trying to keep Mob's promise and everything, and it's just like his promise to protect the psychic, this guy who is supposed to be another psychic type of character. So he basically, the Dimple agrees to protect him in various ways, and he pretty much keeps his promise because he realizes that if he doesn't keep it, the guy would not trust him. He believes it. We all know Mob would still trust him, knowing Mob's character, because obviously it's Mob, and he's a very forgiving type of person. He's very much a he's pretty much that person who can make you smile in a way, but at the same time he's a person who doesn't have his own emotions or anything. But at the same time he's very forgiving, he's very kind, gentle, and he doesn't have any kind of like hate towards any quote unquote hate towards anyone. So knowing that, we already knew that Mob would have forgiven him if he was the guy was killed. So yeah. Other than that, I also liked how this episode didn't hold back on showing some gross stuff, and that's one of the big things of this episode. Is is something I can't show, but they did show uh, a butt shot. That's pretty much it. That was a thing that I saw, a hairy butt in an anime. That's all I needed to see in this anime. I don't know if it was shown in season one at one. I don't think so. Oh yeah, it was shown at one point, but that was really, to be honest, it's a very casual type of thing. But this was a clear butt shot, so I was like, "Yep, that was a but yeah, that was gross." But other than that, I also like the character design for the Dragger. It looked really, really cool in my opinion. The way the Dragger looked and everything. It looked like a terrifying monster for once, rather than just your typical like a really weird type of funny ghost. It looked actually weird. It actually looked scary, and it actually looked like it was an actual ghost of type. Other than that, most of the stuff that happened in this episode kind of justifies Mob's character. Mob being the character that he's kind of this shut-in character to himself, and isn't doesn't know much about the outside world, like the urban legends and stuff. Hasn't been there with all this stuff. So it's obvious why he was the one to defeat Dragon and everything. So yeah, that was pretty much the concept of, and I like that concept, okay, because even though it's the main character defeated the villain, which has happened in this series a lot of times, um, I think so. One of the big things about it is that how it develops its character and how it gives it how it introduces different concepts every point. I really love it at points, and I really, really praise it for that. Other than that, the end was also pretty funny. Mob's first traumatic experience with urban legend, definitely, definitely something that I would have said is such a perfect scene to end out the episode at, because you realize that Mob is always like trying to be the best, trying to like run around and everything, and try to physically be able to do stuff, but at the same time not depend on his psychic powers. We all know that he has been doing this since like season one. So to see him like a granny like running him out, he was like he feels really really sad for that, and it's Mob's character again, just like that. So yeah, it was pretty funny. Other than that, animation wise, it was top notch. The action scene between Dimple and the Dragger just was top notch. It was on a different level of top notch. definitely worth of an action sequence between them. Uh, Most of the stuff hit right. The OST, oh, love the OST as always. It really shines out, the OST for Mob Psycho, because it's such a Mob Psycho type of OST. Like, it is so cool to hear it over and over again. It was pretty cool. Other than that, yeah, that was pretty much all about this episode. Uh, Personally, it was a pretty good episode. It was much better than episode one. There is one thing about episode one, is that episode one had the emotional effect, but episode two had was much better in concept of actions and everything. While episode one had its emotional perspective, you mob a different character development and everything. So yeah, both the episodes are pretty good. But in my opinion, if you're looking for action, episode two was top notch when it comes to action quality. If you're looking for like emotional stuff, like slice of life stuff, episode one was a pretty good one. Anyways, uh, this was a pretty good episode too. Let me know what you think about this episode of Mob Psycho 100, and I'll see you guys in the next videos. Always, peace.